Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about the difference among how long versus how much time versus how many times. Sometimes some people get confused while using them. By the end of this video, so I will teach you the difference, okay? And you'll easily get clarity. When it comes to how long, so it has two use cases. We'll discuss one by one. First use case. How long means it is used for time, duration of time like seconds, minutes, months, years, etc. This is the first use case. Second use case is length of something, length of an object, an instrument, right? So this is about definition. We'll discuss examples one by one, okay? So, how long? First use case, duration of time or period of time. Look at these four examples. How long does it take to brush your teeth? So, the answer will be it takes around 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 15 minutes. We have to say, right? So, look at second one. How long does it take you to brush your teeth? So, what is the difference between first sentence and second sentence? I have made very little change. What is that? How long does it take to brush your teeth? Look at the second sentence. How long does it take you to brush your teeth? Here I have added the pronoun you after the verb take. That is a difference. Okay, both sentences are grammatically correct. You can use either one. Okay. How long did it take to complete your exam? I took almost 2.5 hours to complete my exam. So that will be the possible answer. Okay. So based on the tense, we have to answer. Here, how long did it take? Did means when actions are completed, we use did, and the answer has to be in the past. Okay. How long did it take you to complete your exam? So there is a little difference. After the verb take, I have added the pronoun you. That is the only difference. Okay. So this is the first use case about how long. How long means duration of time or period of time. Okay. How long does it take to have your breakfast? How long does it take to go to your office? Right? And how long have you spent in completing your project? So like duration of time. This is all about first use case of how long. We'll see the second use case, length of subject, length of something. Okay. Second use case, how long means length of something, and it is related to horizontal length. Okay, not vertical. Okay. We'll discuss examples. How long is this road? The answer, the possible answer is 10 kilometers long, 15 kilometers, or 100 kilometers long. So that is the possible answer. Okay. How long is your house? How long is this river? How long are these buses? How long is the train? So here I have used how long in these sentences, which means so I want to know the length of the road, length of the house, length of the river, buses, length of the train. I'm not talking about the vertical length. Okay. So how long is used when it is related to horizontal length. How long is this road? I'm not talking about the height of the road. Okay. So you cannot say how tall is this road. So that is the wrong usage. Don't use how tall. Okay. If it is related to horizontal length, look at the examples again. How long is this road? Is your house? How long is this river? How long are these buses? How long is the train? I'm asking about the length of the train, length of the buses, length of this river, length of your house, length of the road. You cannot use how tall. That is a wrong usage. I mean, he's tall, he's taller than them. So in that case you can use. But in these cases you cannot use tall. Okay, tall is an adjective. I hope you are able to use how long, right? So far we have discussed two use cases of how long. First use case related to duration of time, or you can say period of time. Second use case is related to length of something. Okay, we'll discuss other topics. Okay, second one, how much time equal to how long? So there is no difference. Okay, so instead of using how long, you can also use how much time. Both are related to duration of time. Okay, so duration of time means seconds, minutes, weeks, months, years, etc. Look at the examples. How much time have you spent to finish the project? I mean, I have spent around 2 months or 10 days, 40 days. So duration of time. Okay, how much time will it take to come here? So it will take around 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or 2 weeks. Duration of time. So how much time? So this expression is used when you want to mention duration of time, when you are talking about a period of time. Okay, look at the third example. How much time does it take to clean, or how long does it take to clean your house? So both are correct. So how much time equal to how long? So if you remember how long, use it. If you remember how much time, use it. Both are correct. Okay, we'll discuss some more examples. Without discussing a couple of examples, so I cannot end any video, right? We'll discuss them. Okay, another 5 examples. How much time do you want to spend? So I want to spend 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, 10 days. Like that, you can say the answer. How much time are they going to take to make arrangements? So they are going to take around 2 to 3 hours to make arrangements. How much time or how long are they going to take to make arrangements? How long do you want to spend? Both are correct. And one more thing, have you noticed the difference? So after you, how long and how much time, we have to use the verb first. How much time do is the verb, or is the verb. Okay, look at sixth example. How long have you been watching movies? Or you can say, how long had you been waiting before the doctor came? How much time had you been waiting before the doctor came? Both are correct. Okay, how long is equal to how much time? Both are related to duration of time in terms of seconds, weeks, months, years. Okay, you can use both. Look at the last example. How much time do they take to exercise, or how long do they take to do exercises? Both sentences are correct. So there is no difference between how long and how much time. Okay, you can use either one. So whatever you remember, you use it. Okay, we'll discuss final one, that is how many times. How many times? What does it mean? Number of times you do an action. We'll see examples. How many times do you usually eat? I eat 3 times, they eat 4 times, right? So that could be the possible answer. Okay, how many times have you visited Andhra Pradesh? I have visited Andhra Pradesh 3 times, 1 time, 10 times, 100 times. So these are all possible answers. Okay, because the person the person wants to know how many times, like number of times you do an action. So visiting is an action, eating food is an action, right? Look at third example. How many times did you watch that movie? I watched that movie 5 times, because the person wanted to know how many times I watched that movie. So I can say, I can mention the number of times, okay? One time, two time, 5 times, 100 times, 20 times, 200 times, 1000 times, whatever it is. We'll see some more examples. Remember, how many times means number of times you do an action. Another 4 examples. How many times will you meet your friend? I want to know about your friend, okay? About your friend. How many times will you meet your friend? So I'll meet 10 times, 2 times, 3 times, so whatever it is. So look at next two examples. They are completely different. In so far we have discussed 4 examples and I have used how many times in all sentences, right? Here I have made a little change. So instead of using how many times, so I have used jobs, speeches. We'll see examples. How many jobs had you changed before you got married or when you got married? So I had changed around 3 jobs before I got married. I can say like that, okay? Here I'm not using how many times because I want to be specific. So jobs means plural noun, okay? How many speeches have you delivered on stage so far? Here speeches means plural noun. How many speeches have you delivered? I have given around 5 speeches throughout my career or so far. Okay. Here jobs, speeches, these are nouns. You can say how many jobs, how many speeches, how many apples, how many books, and how many movies. Okay. Look at last example, last but not the least. How many times will you be coming to my house after getting a job? Because I'm just asking my friend after getting a job. How many times will you be coming to my house? I'm just asking my friend about a number of times. Here what is an action? Coming to my house, visiting my house is an action, okay? How many times means number of times. 1 time, 2 times, 10 times. I hope these examples are clear, right? So far, we have talked about the difference among how much time, how long, and how many times. I hope these examples will help you understand the concept, okay? If you like the content, please like these videos, subscribe to the channel, and share it to your friends who want to learn English, okay? So, I make a separate video on every topic, okay, so that you will be able to understand. Thanks for watching.